Alright, welcome again. This is Making It Fancy Part 2. Creating end credits in Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud Edition 2015.3. Okay, all that doesn't matter so much. Creating end credits. So last week, or actually the week before, I skipped a week because I was sick, and by the time I was talking again, it could be like this and then suddenly turn to a whisper. So I wanted to be able to talk normally. And so we had the end credits, all right? And we'll just look over them briefly. Okay, so we have them nicely tucking underneath that logo. And if you want to see how to do that, I'll link to the previous video in the cards. Alright, so that's all well and good, but not every video you get to cut to a black screen for the end credits. It is normal for, well, let me say in certain TV shows you might not cut to black like this for the end credits. Some of them you obviously would. So I'm going to deal with one of the situations where you would not, because obviously if you would, all you have to do is take this, and actually what you would do is you would just take the end credits, and I'm going to grab the sequence, end credits part 2, no, and here it is, end credits remake. Oh, we'll just drop that in there at the end of your video, and boom, there it is. Okay, right after everything. But sometimes you want to do something a little more creative, like maybe this. A little
edge to it. It's very.
This is the last video. Here we are.
It has contrast. That's the word I'm looking for. So these are just a few ways, and you can continue to play around with it and see what works for you. This just happens to be what works for me, what I found to be helpful. And that's it. That's basically how you do some end credits with a little bit of style. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
So how do you do that? Well, basically, and what I did really quick here, this is what I believe it's called nested sequences, because this right here in credits remake is this sequence right here, and I just take and drag it. Well, I can't drag it into itself because that would be silly, so I'll drag it in here like this, in there. That's a way, that way you don't have to recreate all the individual elements like we talked about last time, the logo, and then the actual credits part, and you can have something the same every time, and then all you need to do is go in here, and let's say I suddenly change my name to Smith. Like that's likely to happen, but you would change your name to Smith, and in there we have Ron Smith, and then we can hop over to here, and we can see that the name has changed to Smith. Okay, but my name is not Smith, so I'm gonna change that real back, and basically anything you do here will be reflected. So we come over, whoops, over here, and then you can see it's back to my actual last name again. Okay, so this here is a copy of end credits remake. In fact, let me put them right next to each other so it's not so confusing. Okay, so what we're trying to create is something like this, where you maybe want to have the end credits on the side. And so to do that, I created a copy of end credits remake. You can see it's called copy. And I did a little repositioning. So we have over here, I moved using position the end credits to there. the logo to there, and I also moved the second part of it over. I think that was the part that we used to. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All right, and I move the extension over. Okay, so I'll just put this back and we'll put this here. Okay. So now it's all over on the side quite nicely. And then what you do is you then animate this. So it's already done, but I want to do it again just to show how one would do that. So we're going to come out here. Come to the end of the video. Looks like I already have those transitions in there. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come out all the way. Delete that. And then bring it out here. Okay. That's nice and how we want it. Okay. So what you'll do, it's moving very quickly here, and if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause and look over it again. So what I'm going to do is decide when I want the video to scale down, alright? So let's see. And that's it. That's basically how you do some end credits. Okay, so I think that might be a good place to have it perhaps start to scale down. So as you can see here, we have position and scale. So what this is actually called, it's called a picture-in-picture or a PIP. So over here I'm going to search. And what you could do, quickly let's make a cut here. So Control or Command K, so cut wherever the playhead is. What you could do is use one of these presets, and this is how I used to do it. You could grab the preset and you can say LL means lower left. So in here, now this will just put it in the lower left. What you have is scale down from full to lower left, so you can drag that effect on there, and then you can watch as it goes.
That's basically how
down.
you do some end credits with a little bit of style. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Okay, now that's a little long, so we can drag these keyframes back over here like this.
That's it. That's basically how you do.
Do it really fast. I'm going to mute this audio here because it's competing with me. It's me competing with myself. Okay. All right. So you can see that now that scales down really, really fast. So you could do it that way. Or, let's get rid of it. Actually, I just unanimate it. Okay. And then we'll take the scale, which I created here, we'll copy, and then we'll quickly paste the attributes there. Now I've stretched this video up because it's actually a little bit smaller than the timeline. So that's why it kind of did that weird thing there. So you could use presets and then you can modify them like you saw. I just shortened it. You could actually change the numbers. But I found that after a while that just creating it only to change it was a little bit time consuming. So I figured if all you have to do is change these numbers, then I can come in here and do this myself, just like I did for the other parts of the end credits, which actually my introduction to doing them was from here. Because that's where I first started experimenting with these parts of the these attributes of the video. So we're going to animate the position. And you can see I moved the playhead to the beginning. So we want it to start at the normal size, and then we maybe want to go, well, let's say that far. I've been doing this a while, so you kind of figure that's maybe a good distance to go. So now, in order to resize it, if you know your numbers, you can just type them in here, hit enter, and you've got it. But this one, I normally do this in standard definition, and this is a high definition video, so I need to do some experimenting here. So you see the hand here. And what you can do at this point is you can start to drag, and it immediately creates a little keyframe there. So that is a sideways position, but probably what we should adjust first is the scale, right? So let's say about 80%, and now we can move this over, right? And then we can move it down. See, to the right it's down. Okay. And now what we will find is that it scales down from the full position. I just hit save there. That's something you want to do regularly. It does have autosave. That'll save you, but sometimes it helps to actually hit save as you make changes. So what we'll find is that it scales down. It fills in the intermediate transitions, and now you've got something that scales down to the corner very nicely. Okay, and you can see that some saving was happening there as well. Okay, so now I'm just move this up, because what we're going to do is I'm going to take the copy, which is all moved over to the side nicely, and we're going to take that and I'm going to drag it in here. Okay, and you can move this around, move that down. Okay. Now, I do want to see when it first comes in, so there's some positioning that needs to happen. I'll actually do a nice fade in. Okay, and we'll see where it stops right there. I think this goes blank, so once again, Control K or Command K on a Mac. There we go. Nice cut. Or you could use the blade tool, I suppose, a razor tool. I just like using the cut to play head. Okay. So now let's make this visible again. And I think that's about right. So let's play it back. Actually, let's have it come in a little bit sooner, shall we? Okay, let's have it come in right about there. Okay. All right, now let's turn the sound back on so we get some idea of how this whole thing fits together.
Helpful. And that's it. That's basically how you do some end credits with a little bit of style. All right, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Now we just have a problem. It disappeared there. Okay. Okay. I suppose it isn't a problem, but it is nice to have something there to hold the place. So what I'm actually going to do, so I'm going to come over here and grab one of these, copy that, and I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm going to put it there. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is challenging. Take the ending size, which is, this is good when you have your numbers like this. You can go ahead and write them down. So I'm going to go to Notepad, or sticky notes rather, and I'm going to write in, let's see, 511, 795, 795, and 79. Another thing you can do is take a screenshot of it, which is something I've done in the past. Okay, so now I have these numbers. Okay. And I will just try them on here. So, what were the numbers again? Let's pull them up. 511, 795, and 79. So, 511, 795, and 79. Okay, now this was an exceptionally large picture, so it may not work for that. I tell you what, let's just grab, let's go over here, and let's go over here. Let's tutorials. And I think I have, okay, well, we'll just drag this in from there, right? Okay. I don't want everything. I just want the sound, the video from it. So here's a trick. You just grab this frame here, drag video only, and there you go. Okay, so now I'll try plugging those numbers again, which were, what were they? I think they were 511, 795, and 79. Okay. But this video is bigger than the other one, so I'm going to have to match it down even further. Okay. So the secret to avoiding all this is, of course, to drag this over here so we don't have to do that. And then we can adjust these points here. So let's make it go down really fast.
That's it. That's basically how you do some end credits with a little bit of style. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Okay, so that's a little rough, but that's basically it. That's how you would work on it, and you can continue to tweak this and find your own ways that work for whatever project you're working on. Now, I think there's one more thing. We can talk about putting music in there, so let's see. Oh, I should have musical. Okay, here we go. So if you want to put music in, we just have this piece here. So we're going back to the original one, and this is very loud, so I'm going to make it soft. Okay. Even softer. Okay, that's about right. Actually, that's really soft. Let me turn it back up to, let's say, -18. Okay, so we can take that same piece of music and we can put it in here, and we can say, okay, and now it will be here. Thank you for watching, but also now it's too loud, so obviously what we can do, I can go ahead and turn it down in the original, which is what I think I should do. That way it will be affected globally. So let's say negative 9.5. Yeah, -18 sounds better. Okay. And then that's it. That's basically how you do some end credits with a little bit of style. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, now what I can actually do is go ahead and affect the volume of my speaking, because I'm a little soft-spoken, so let's bring it up. And that's it. That's basically how you do some end credits with a little bit of style. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And that's it. That's basically how you do some end credits with a little bit of style. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Just hit save there. It's reflex now. Okay, that is it. You basically just have your sequences and you make them nested, which means you drag them into the sequence you're working on, like I said before, and you can add your music and a little bit of effects, and you have your end credits. All right. So that's, very simple way of making end credits, and this is Making It Fancy End Credits Part 2. Thanks for watching.